and I'm a cake pop maker from Nottingham.
Hi, I'm Danielle and I'm a cake designer from Nottingham.
And today I've got some questions from Danielle about how to use icing in cake decorating. Because obviously I make cake pops and I use little candy melt, but I have no idea about how to use fondant icing, medium icing, strong icing, whatever it is.
I don't have any idea how to use candy melt, but we can go through the basics of different icing. I found it really confusing when I started doing cake decorating. There were so many different names of icing when you go into the cake decorating shops, and
even supermarkets these days, they have a whole variety of different icings that you can buy in different colours and different makes.
And even when they call it roll icing and fondant icing, cake covering as well.
Yeah, sugar paste, all sorts,
Well, you have to break it down basically into 3 sections. Fondant icing, your soft icing, your roll-out icing, your cake covering, it's all the same thing. This is the icing that, as I say, you use to cover your cake, and it also creates decorations like the wrap technique, drapes, anything soft basically you want in your decorations on your cake.
So it doesn't go hard even after it's dried out or anything, right?
Yeah, obviously it does go hard after it's dried out. It doesn't dry as quick as the stronger icings, but if you finish using it and you want to keep some, then you just keep it in an airtight tub.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can reuse it. Somebody gave me a great tip once that if you have left some icing out and it goes really hard, to put half a lemon in a Tupperware tub with the icing, and it softens it again.
That's a brilliant tip, because I always have stuff left over and I never know how to use it, so that's brilliant.
And then, so there was icings like pastiches and Mexican modelling pastes, which I still don't really know what to do with that.
Is there flour one? There's something flour
paste
or something like that,
Yeah, very confusing. So you go in and you think, right, you've got something in your head that you want to design, or you've sketched something and you think, well, that's quite thin. I know that fondant icing is going to be too soft. I need something stronger. I created a medium and a strong icing just to make it easier while I was teaching in the shop. I don't want break all those barriers down about cake decorating, because the more confident people are, they will really get into cake decorating, and they'll have more confidence in making elaborate designs.
So what would you use the medium icing for?
Medium icing, just kind of imagine medium-sized decorations.
Okay.
That's why I named it medium icing. I thought kind of chunky decorations, chunky lettering, candy twist lettering. You can make finer flowers with the medium icing. You can obviously use fondant icing to make your roses, but if you wanted larger flowers, then use your medium icing, because you need that little bit more strength than you have with the fondant icing.
Yeah, and the strong icing?
Strong icing is fantastic. You can do anything paper thin. You can create things like the banners, the slide, the flags. I did a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory cake, and I did a golden ticket, as thin as a ticket, just on top of the cake. It dries rock hard within 12 hours, and you can, as I say, you can roll it really thin.
So I suppose it's great for details, that you are perhaps a little bit delicate in your transporting the cake or taking to the venue or something. So.
Well, I find as well that you can even use a bit of strong icing on the back of something to reinforce it. So say for example, chunky frame, medium icing, and then just to hold that together, use some strong icing at the back, and just glue that down, or use a bit of royal icing to glue it together, and it just makes the whole thing more stable.
Excellent. And to colour the icing, well, obviously this comes in white. Does it come in any other colours, or do you have to colour it yourself?
Well, I'd advise always to colour it yourself, except for red and black, because red and black is a nightmare to colour. You can use a whole pot of black food colouring, and you'll never get it as black as this. So Renshaw's icing is very good for the black and red.
Okay.
But the rest of them, I always recommend you do it yourself, because then again you're in control of what colour you want it, and colour it the same as a paint palette. When you're trying to create a colour, mix your colours exactly the same way as that.
And what kind of colours are you using to make the coloured icing? Is it gel paste, or is it dusts? Is it
sugar flare food colouring pastes, or you can use sugar flare powders as well. So sugar flare powders that you use to paint, you can also mix as a powder into your icing and colour it that way. It's just not as strong as the pastes.
Is it more for pastel colours and things?
Yeah, it gives it more of a lighter tone, but if you've got a little bit left over, it's good to use it up instead of letting it go funny in the cupboard. But yeah, your sugar flare food colouring pastes are definitely the best. They have a shelf life of like 6 years, up to 6 years. Tiniest bit on the end of a cocktail stick will colour the whole thing.
Sounds good to me. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.